We have a right that is granted to us on our first day as an American citizen, a right to freedom of speech. This First Amendment right is practiced and examined on a daily basis, and on many of those occasions, that right is exercised in order to gather and publicize information for the benefit of the public.
The journalist privilege, sometimes we call it the SHIELD law, protects reporters who gather information in the course of working as a reporter and then are summoned to court to testify about what they learned in the course of their news gathering.
SHIELD laws do not provide absolute protection, however, and subpoenas by the government may force a journalist to release information in a court of law.
There was a situation out in Dodge City in which a reporter out there was subpoenaed to testify. The facts turned out to be pretty strange. There's actually a law review article that's been written about that whole thing, which is kind of interesting, but she was extremely adamant about not testifying.
The consequences? O'Brien now faces a fine of $1,000 per every day she fails to show up in court.
Without journalistic privilege, you're tied, your hands are tied with what you can report. You're stuck to the official narrative in a lot of instances, because people can be fired. They are in trouble for their lives. A lot of stories, the most important stories, would not be told.
With the media landscape changing, widely circulated local newspapers simply can't cover everything, so more student journalists are picking up and reporting on these issues. This poses problems, however, because students are not afforded the same SHIELD laws that protect professional journalists. So far, Maryland and West Virginia are the only states that have SHIELD laws for student journalists. In the case of student reporters at Pittsburg Kansas High School, investigative research and reporting on their principal's credentials led to the principal's resignation a few days later.
Students should have maybe even more protection, because professional journalists work for a company that can have policies that are counter to the First Amendment. But a state, like if you're a student journalist at a state school, you're protected by the First Amendment because it's a government entity.